Play some games. Play
So,
some
welcome
games.
back, everyone, to the Wardens of Wildwood, or more importantly, the Greenwood Gala, the party that you all have decided to come attend in order to celebrate the renewal of the treaty between the Verduran Forest and Taldor, when the druids of the lodge from around Galarian return to share information with one another over the last year, what they have come across. While none of you are able to actually attend that Moot of Ages event that's taking place on an island in the middle of the river, you care a little bit less about that. You're here for the festivities, the actual gala that is being put on, with all sorts of events, druids, dignitaries from foreign nations coming together to showcase their own skills and creations, celebrate, make merry. The first day was quite busy enough, all of you being deputized by Emorga the All-Seeing, an awakened tortoise, who asked for your help in providing security for the event and solving any problems that might come up, as the turnout this year has been much greater than in previous years. Thankfully, nothing really happened yesterday, aside from that small kerfuffle with the Storm Drinker and the Sparkbat familiar, but you resolved that pretty well, managing to return with an almost bloodless encounter, but recognizing that when a creature needs to be put down, you can do so with all ease. You also participated in the caber toss, coming out far ahead and on top of the contest between some of your athletics and acrobatics skill, wowing many of the attendees and even garnering the good faith of some of the other competitors. And finally, the day ended with a massive feast, a variety of victuals for you all to partake of, to speak with others, and then, of course, celebrate a bit further into the night over on the beach by the bonfire. You've met with a number of important individuals, made good friends with many of them as well. But now it is mid morning on the second day of the event. And there's no time for talking to people now, because it's time to insult them. As many people begin making their way once more to the amphitheater for the second of three major events in the Greenwood Gala, the Flyting Contest. Do you all wish to join? Do you wish to participate? Do you just wish to watch? The opportunity is yours.
I'll
Yosef is
participate.
Yo- Yosef is gonna see if he can't find anybody to bet against Sean.
Oh my god.
You want to bet against Sean?
No, I want to find somebody who will bet against him, and I'll bet for him.
Ah. To win the whole thing, or just to get knocked out at a certain point?
So, how many rounds are there, Jericho?
Oh, there's no rounds. You just keep going until there's one person remaining.
I'll bet 5 gold. He's in the top 3.
Top three. Uh, Gusto Barrel Belter, the werebore you guys competed against in the caber toss yesterday, he let you know that you could absolutely find him for another bet at any point in time, and he will happily take up that bet. 5 gold, he's in the top three. That sounds like a grand wager to me.
Excellent.
All right, there is money on the line, Sean. Are you telling Sean that you're wagering for him?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Sean, throw it so he loses money.
Sean's got a reputation to uphold.
Pearl, am I in on the winnings if I throw a skate?
All right, so who all is actively participating? We're going to go down the list. Seraphinus,
No.
you do not wish to
Seraphinus is too
participate?
nice.
All right.
Oh,
Sean,
onion bread. Yes.
all right. Asili,
We only talking to like people, or are we gonna talk some shit to animals too?
oh, you'll be talking shit to animals.
Oh. I'll try.
All right.
Christmas all I have.
Yosef.
No, I'm going to enjoy the show with a beverage and watch myself make some money.
All right. And last but not least, Bark Pine.
Bark will join in the show, but she's willing
Fair
to take
enough.
insults.
So we've got one person actively trying to win and the other two just there for the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
And you'll probably go into this later, but what kind of checks would it be for this kind of thing? Would it be performance to kind of make fun in front of a crowd? Would it be diplomacy, deception?
It is going to be a variety of skills because there's going to be multiple different checks that can be made. The primary skills are going to be deception, intimidation, and performance. However, you will take penalties for doing the same skill repeatedly in a row because it will bore the crowd.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
You're going to want to switch them up if possible. At least
Jericho,
between two. Yes.
before this begins, could I purchase a bottle of sunlight for Seraphinus and another honeycomb for Zalik?
Sure, easy enough to do. If you're looking to buy them... Oh, that's... I always forget, it's not actually bottled sunlight, because bottled sunlight is the alchemical bomb. It's formulated sunlight. Go ahead and... It's going to be probably, we'll say 4.5 gold for the two. If you'd like.
Yeah. I'm assuming that there's drinks at the, like, just regular drinks, like, to sip on at the event.
There's a river
Or
right
that
there.
cost extra. Excellent. You said 4.5 gold?
4.5 gold, yes. And that will get you a thing of formulated sunlight, Seraphinus, and some more honeycomb for Zalik.
Oh, thank you, dear friend.
Of course, sir, Seraphinus. Now let us enjoy the show. Zalik, well, you're just gonna be eating, but, you know,
I will
enjoy
say,
the show as well.
those of you not directly participating in the contest will still be able to assist if you'd like. This is a game with audience participation, and you will have the opportunity to heckle if you would like. But
I
as
just can't wait to start rolling 2 nat ones in a row.
that's what your hero points are for.
Those don't help, and you know it.
It's the thought that counts.
No, it's fine. I'm excited.
As you all begin to make your way into the amphitheater, some of you sitting on the various logs and stones that make up the actual seating areas, some of you heading onto the raised stage in the center, you find that there are 3 of you entering. There are 3 opponents entering as well. It will be a fair fight. However, don't necessarily only attack your enemies. You can insult your allies just the same. After all, this is not a team game. This is a winner-take-all sort of event. As a gnomish figure in slightly older gentleman, reddish hair still, but you can see a number of white hairs beginning to protrude through. It seems like a gnome who has, at the very least, begun to go through the bleaching, but has not lost their charm. A well-known figure to many of you who have been in the northern parts of the Verduran Forest, the Wispilian entertainer Delginder Grimm himself comes to the stage. Yosef, don't worry about the bleaching, you're not a gnome.
Okay.
It's gnomes who lose their creativity and interest in life and just kick the bucket.
Oh,
Sorry, I had somebody call me. You said something about bleaching.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Getting off topic. As Delginder Grimm steps onto the stage, he takes a look around at the 6 of you who have stepped up. The Goran Sean, the Druid Bark Pine, the Druid Asili, the Giant Awakened Toad Hugris, the Leshy, Snapgabble, and the Will-O-Wisp, Zilrindroth. The three of you standing or hovering around this stage. Clears his throat, projects to the crowd. Ladies, gentlemen, animals of all ages, welcome to this year's Flyting Contest. I am very, very glad to present 6 eclectic individuals, mouths moist, voices ready, insults at the gun. Does everyone bring their A game today? I'll take that as a yes. Everyone's too silent, ready to go.
Sorry, did you say something?
Are you actually saying that to him?
I thought we were starting.
Oh no, I'm not participating. I'm merely the MG, your main gnome for this event. Presiding over the events, I will be the one to tell you to get the fuck off stage when no one wants you here anymore. So,
Fair enough.
who's ready to participate?
I'd say enough talk, but I think that's all we're going to be doing.
That's all we're going to be doing here.
Let's get started.
I'm going to ask everyone to roll initiative here who is participating using your preferred skill of diplomacy or performance or intimidation.
That include the ones who are going to hackle from the sidelines.
No. Just the people participating,
Can I have a do-over initiative, boss?
I suppose.
Is rolling
Thank
is
you.
rolling a 1 on initiative give me a hero point?
That it does. Did you actually roll a 1?
Yeah, because I had 16 and I am now at 17.
Absolutely. What's giving you a plus 16? Isn't plus 14 your best?
I have incredible initiative.
Ah, there you go. That's what gives you the additional plus 2.
Yeah. And I used performance for my initiative.
Very, very nice. All right, so the way this event is going to work, you are going to start when it is your turn by choosing one of the other contestants. Study them, try and figure out potentially little weaknesses, and then assail them with your Wildwood flight. About 30 seconds or so of personalized mockery, traditionally delivered in both meter and rhyme. However, we can just say if you have an insult, we'll say it, or we can just move with the roll. Whoever you insult, though, can counterquip you to either dismiss or reverse the insults, potentially shaming you in the process. Your success will be gauged off of the audience's reactions, of course. So, do your best here. We're going to start with Zilrindroth, the Will-O-Wisp participant. I will be rolling entirely to determine who is targeting who, unless they have specific reasons to target anyone else. Let's go ahead and begin, shall we? The first target of the Will-O-Wisp is going to be you, Sean.
Alrighty.
They're going to take some time, study you, that burning skull in floating blue fire. You came in with so many ideas, and quite frankly, your words to the host were uninteresting. I hope you've brought a little something better, because I've seen mushrooms with better conversation skills than you. And she
I rolled the
is...
counter.
She is attempting to intimidate real quick, so we gotta see how successfully she does. Then you may counterquip.
Gotcha.
That is going to be a... I should actually say, what is your will DC?
21.
21. With a 24 on their roll, they are going to succeed here, unfortunately. Actually, oh, sorry, it is... They rolled intimidation, so it is against your intimidation DC.
It's the same, because I'm trained intimidation.
Then that is going to be a success against you. It's a well-worded verbal takedown. The crowd begins to cheer, but you do have the opportunity to deliver a snappy, witty rebuttal if you would like, with either deception, intimidation, or performance.
Which one? Which one? You know what, let's have an intimidate or yeah, let's have an intimidation off.
An intimidation off? All right.
Assist.
All right. I don't know, can they? Someone's
No,
asking if you
the
could
heckling is done to assist when a PC is studying an opponent.
Ah, okay.
Oh, actually, no, you can aid a counter quip if you would like. Would you look at that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Oh,
can, you can throw in some
see
suitable
what I mean?
cheering and
See,
jeering.
that's the second one in a row. You see what I mean?
Well, that is because you keep telling yourself you're going to roll a 1.
Alright. So let's intimidation.
Okay. Keep in mind, Sean, an aid check would come before your roll, typically. That is a critical success. Being an expert, that's going to give you a +2 circumstance bonus to your roll, Sean. Unfortunately,
A 21.
21 is not quite a success. For Zilrindroth, at least, their intimidation DC is 23.
Gotcha.
So you do your best to return a bit of a quip, but unfortunately it is drowned out by the cheers of the crowd to start, even with Yosef's well-timed assist. It's not quite enough, and there's already some looks at you that people might want you off the stage.
Alrighty.
That's going to bring us to the Toad's turn, though. The Toad is going to mock you, Asili. They're going to look at you. They are going to give their best possible performance to try and get you off the game. What is your performance DC, Asili?
7.
7, so 17 then, because DC is 10 plus your modifier. That is a natural 20 for them.
Oh my god, not
For
like this.
a 33.
Super close.
You may attempt to counter them if you'd like.
You know what I hate more than anything? It's useless creatures. Like the French. Fucking useless. And you know what people call the French as a derogatory term? So literally the worst of the worst.
I do not know who these French are that you speak of.
It's you, Frog. You're just disappointing. And anything that doesn't kill you disappoints me.
Go ahead with deception, intimidation, or performance. Did Raphanus, did you wish to try and assist by heckling the Toad?
Okay. Well, I don't know if Seraphinus is going to heckle the Toad so much as make some kind of distraction on accident.
It's more going to be heckling that needs to be added in, because a distraction isn't going to do anything. This is audience reaction that matters. If you don't wish to aid here, you don't. You can aid people's study attempts or heckle when they're doing their actual flight as well.
Can I cheer on Asili? I'm sorry, Seraphinus isn't a heckler.
You may help when it comes to the party's studying attempts, but if you're not going to heckle, you're not really going to be very helpful
Okay,
in the actual
yeah.
flighting or counter-equipping.
Yeah, that's fair. I understand.
Go ahead and make your check, Asili, whichever you'd prefer.
What a shitty time for my headset to stop working.
Oh no.
Oh, hi! Welcome back!
Well, I should be saying that to you. You may go ahead and make your counter-equip check if you'd like. There. Oh, going for the hero point. All right. A 24 on performance. That is going to beat his performance DC. That is going to reduce the number of points you lose in here. It actually gets a little bit of audience on your side. However, his insult was still great enough that the insult hits, and he's actually going to gain some audience favor with it as well. He definitely looks like he's probably in the lead for this contest and has the best chance of winning just right off the bat. But that's going to bring us to you, Asili. Who would you like to try and flight against? Can be any of the
Sleuthing?
three. The Will-O-Wisp, Zillarindroth. You absolutely
What's a
may.
will-o-wisp?
It's
Floating
it's-
head.
Yeah, it's a floating skull that tries to mesmerize people and draw them to their death.
I can respect that. Can I go at the Leshy?
Yeah, absolutely. Snapgabble.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you may begin by studying them if you would like, which is either going to be a perception check or a recall knowledge check.
Do I have that thing where I can recall knowledge better? Is
I
that
don't
this character?
know.
What are you
Man.
thinking about, Kim?
I don't think you have anything that gives you better recall knowledge rolls.
Weird. Okay.
And Sir Raphanus, this would be a chance to actually aid the study check if you would like by giving some suggestions if you wished to.
Yeah, sure. So this is
Perception
recall
or recall
knowledge one?
knowledge, your choice.
yeah, all blind perception.
Absolutely. All right, that is absolutely going to be a success. That'll give you a +1 circumstance bonus. Aiding doesn't need to be blind.
Oh,
Sir
sorry,
Raphanus,
sorry.
yeah. I know even if you're doing it with perception, it just sort of tracks. But when you are generally going through with aid checks, those can be public. A 23 there is absolutely a success. What would you like to roll, Asili?
I know what my recall knowledge would be.
It's based off of your skill proficiencies.
So it shows you all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, you think you've got a good idea about Snapgabble here. Absolutely. Go ahead and make your Wildwood flight here, which is going to either be deception, intimidation, or performance. You did just attempt a performance check on your counterquip, so it would be best to try one of the other two. Actually, it does not matter. Counterquipping is different from the Wildwood flight, so it doesn't matter which one you roll.
Oh, it is?
You look so limp
It
and
is different.
sad. No bee would ever love you. Heck, not even an aphid would like you. Even wasps are more useful than you. Your thorns are dull and your blossoms never open.
Damn.
You're an
She needs
Take
to
embarrassment
out
get
to
a
some
the
bonus
plant.
for
aggressions.
that.
All right. Deception against Snapgabble here. That is not a success, unfortunately. Though coherent, your mockery doesn't really have any effect on him. I'm very
Because
sorry.
he doesn't have ears, fucking loser.
That is correct. You identified it. He's gonna attempt to counterquip here, I believe, because if he crit succeeds, then you will lose one of your points. Oh, I hear what you're saying, but have you ever considered the words that come out of your mouth hold less substance than even a pixie's sneeze? He is going to attempt a intimidation check against you as well. Ah. You said your intimidation DC is 17?
Yes.
That is a 20 for him. A success does not cause you to lose any points. It just would have reduced the points he loses here.
Okay.
That's going to move us into Snapgabble's turn. Who is going to try and flight against the Toad Hugris, actually. Is going to take his attempt at deceiving to try and deceive the Toad with a good insult. My dice are failing me and going off the table. That is a 20 versus DC 19. That is a success. Hugris will attempt to counterquip with his performance. 27 versus 24. That is going to be a success for him. He will reduce down to losing 0 points. He still has the crowd's support pretty well so far throughout the contest. Bark Pine, that's going to bring us to you.
Here's where I fizzle. I'm going to go against the Will-O-Wisp.
All right.
Looking at that empty head. Nothing but a bowl of fizzle. Blown up to enormous proportions. Everything you
Seraphinus,
say is just going to fizzle.
we're still in the same initiative round. How are you
So-
aiding again?
sorry, I'm being bad.
No
yeah.
worries.
Could I aid instead?
No, it is for the people not participating or have been eliminated. Yeah, this is people and the bystanders.
Gotcha.
Actually, sorry, you may aid again, Seraphinus. It is once per contestant's turn a bystander can aid them, even if the bystander is already aided.
Okay,
So,
and that's my aid attempt for the study.
all right. Absolutely a success. You may get a +1 to your study roll, Bark Pine.
Let's go perception.
All right. Ooh, oh yes. Oh yes. Looking at a Zilrindroth here, you take a look, and the way Zilrindroth tries to flash their light in time with their insults, while neat, you could probably disparagingly compare her brightness to other nearby light sources if you wished. You will get a +3 circumstance bonus to your flight roll here.
Okay. On and off, like a firefly's light. You just aren't that bright. Are you sure you got what it takes to remain tight here in the insult zone?
Damn. Go ahead with the roll.
Push the button.
Push the button.
0
You
point.
do get a +3 on that, so a 16 trying to intimidate Zilrindroth. That is a failure.
Can we use 0 points?
Absolutely.
Oh,
That turns it into a critical failure. I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
Pine.
oh, I pretty much expected to get out. Pretty quickly.
Your flighting is very, very clumsy, unfortunately. While the attempts at rhyming are great, there's some groans from the crowd who don't seem to appreciate it very well. That is going to be some points down to you as well. Sean, we're up to you.
I'm going after the frog.
All right. Go for it.
All right,
Can
so go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, Jericho, can I only aid Sean once?
It is once per contestant's turn, though Seraphinus is trying to aid with the study immediately before
Okay.
you get a chance to aid.
Oh,
So,
Can
I'm
I
sorry.
aid with the insult?
if you can aid with insults for other people, but for Seraphinus here has already aided Sean with a successful study.
Okay, but during the requip, I can aid in throwing the other person off, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And if
Okay,
you guys
I'll
really
save mine.
wanted to, technically, when these other guys are quipping, if they're quipping against each other, you can assist them as well, if you want to. It is once per contestant's turn, a bystander can attempt to aid them.
Okay.
All right, Sean, you may make your study check.
All right. What were the two options? Perception and
Perception or recall knowledge.
Okay. And does it need to be private?
Yes, these will be blind rolls. Okay, getting an additional +1 because of Seraphinus' aid. He's a big toad. You're not entirely certain of something that might be super beneficial to you at the moment. This is going to be no bonus to your roll.
Okay. I'm gonna use performance.
All right.
I'd be big, but I'd be ashamed to have a voice like yours.
29 versus Hugris's 23 DC is absolutely a success. That is going to knock him down a peg with what he with his standing in the crowd, since he does not succeed at counter-quipping you very well, bringing him back down to his starting point. We are back to the top of the round. I'm going to speed this up so we can keep everyone engaged and just go through the rolls real quick. Zilrindroth is going to try and insult Snapgabble. I can't do math. Ugh. And is going to try their deception. That is a nat 1 for them. They are going to say something very, very uncouth and cause the audience to revolt against them a little bit. It's going to bring us back
Use
to
a
the
slur.
toad. Probably. In Will-O-Wisp, it's not a slur, okay? Just because it is in common. Hugris is going to attempt intimidation against Zilrindroth, sensing
Can
some
I aid?
weakness.
Can I aid the intimidation check?
By all means. He's attempting to intimidate. Go for it. That is a success. That'll give him a plus
okay.
1. When you're aiding, the typical DC is 15.
Oh, okay.
Especially as you guys get in higher levels, it becomes pretty easy to aid and provide those benefits.
Okay.
With a 24 on his roll because of that plus 1 versus Zilrindroth's 23 DC, that is absolutely a success. And they're going to try counter-quipping with performance. A 21 versus DC 23 will not do it. Zilrindroth is on the cusp of getting booed off the stage here. Asili, we're back to you.
Which one's Cylindroth again?
The Will-O-Wisp.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, their name sucks to try and pronounce. It's spelled like that.
Oh.
I
Zilrindroth.
think you got it right.
I think I got it right. It just took me some practicing to figure out.
Lingroth. Oh, wow.
Pre-session Jericho just sitting in an empty room talking to himself and practicing names.
Since my last attempt didn't go so well, I think I'm going to try poetry.
Okay.
I have a haiku for you, Zilindroth.
Well, do you want to study Zilrindroth first to see if you can get yourself a little bonus?
Oh, hell yeah, I do.
All right, go ahead and give me that roll. All right, Seraphinus attempting to aid, giving you a plus 1 on your roll against Zilrindroth. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to give you anything major to help you out.
Fine. You got no wisp kids? Your wife is glad she's barren. You just discussed her.
Damn.
Brutal.
You can hero point that if you would like. That is a regular failure at the moment. It is not a critical failure.
5 minutes in, do I really want to bust both my hero points?
Yes.
I mean, that would be so... Jesus.
No!
You get it back.
Well, you got it back.
Yeah, you got it back.
The
Apparently
Will-O-Wisp
bringing
just
wives
looks at
and
you.
children into it is too much.
I have a husband.
He's also disgusted.
Snapgabble here is going to target you, Sean. They're not a big fan of you doing decently with your rolls so far, so they're going to...
Oh, decently, I'm
Decently,
sure.
yes. They're going to go ahead and target you with their intimidation. What is your intimidation DC?
21.
21. They have a plus 10. With a 2 on the die, that is a failure. You may attempt to counter-equip them if you would like.
Well, even if I succeed, it's not really going to bolster or bring
No,
them
if
down,
you
is it?
crit succeed, though, they will lose points.
Okay. That's worth a shot.
But if you crit
So,
fail, you will lose 1 point.
Sure. So for the counter equips,
Mhm.
because I used what was it, performance on the toad last
Deception,
time?
intimidation, or performance. There is no downside for using the same skill to counter-equip.
Okay. In that
repeatedly.
case, I'll use performance then.
All right.
Sorry, Sean, I can't aid you with performance.
I'm hero pointing. I've never seen this many freaking ones.
It's consistent.
We're not even an hour in, and I've rolled 3 nat ones this game.
A 16 is still a failure, but he already wasn't doing anything to you, so nothing happens. It's relatively boring round. Bark Pine, that brings us to you. Who's the target of opportunity?
Hmm.
Get that will-o-wisp.
I guess I'll try again. Let's see about the lowest points. Do I need to do another recall?
You may absolutely do one if you'd like.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, taking a look at them, you're still fairly certain that what you had was correct. It was just the Ryman meter wasn't quite where you wanted to. It's only going to be a +2 circumstance bonus this time
Okay.
to your flighting check.
Seeing better lights when lighting my own gas on fire. Is that how you were made?
Oof.
Here's where I fail.
Well, I'm taking all the ones for you, so.
A 13 intimidation +2. 17. That is still a regular failure, unfortunately. No crit fail, though. It would not have been a crit fail with the hero point either, or before the hero point.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make my hits before I get out.
If it makes you feel any better, I rolled for them to try and counter-equip because they're a little annoyed by you calling out their light. And making an intimidation check themselves, they rolled a nat 1. They take themselves out of the competition.
Oh no.
They get booed off the stage so badly when they try and retort you that everyone just starts calling them out.
But hey, at least you
your
can go
name
back
is
to talking to your
stupid.
mushrooms.
Zilrindroth will be removed from the contest. And Sean, that brings us to you.
Is there a penalty for going after the same contestant more than once?
Nope, the only time a penalty occurs is if you use the same skill to flight repeatedly.
Okay, I'm going to use deception on the toad this time.
Okay. Do you wish to study?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh wait, I gotta make that blind.
I like how you guys are so keep doing perceptions and no one wishes to do a recall knowledge on them.
It's because my recall is shit.
Yeah, my recall is very bad.
I think everyone's recall is
Do
shit.
none of you have good nature?
I have good nature.
Well, there you go.
I have 2.
It should
I have a
equal to my
+2.
perception.
Oh, well. Most often it would be society and nature are the recall knowledge rolls.
I have a 0 in society.
Nice! Even better.
Yeah.
Absolutely a successful Sean. you definitely notice he has some discomfort with his expansive physical movements. If you'd like to call him out on that, you'll get a +2 circumstance bonus on your flight check.
All right, I'm gonna use deception on him.
Go for it.
So it's basically he's sensitive about his size.
Yeah, and how much space he takes up with his move when he moves.
If you're here, we'll probably have to hold another parties to accommodate your fat ass.
That's just mean.
Mm.
It's a success, but that's just mean. All right.
It's not mean if it's true.
No,
No.
it's still mean if it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of him responding, the dozens of like almost cat-sized froglets embedded on the back of his skin are just all going to cheer him on here
No.
to return.
No,
with a
he's
counter
next.
quip. What is your deception DC here, Sean? 23, 24?
24.
Is it 24? Does the mandolin give you a buff to your checks or just to your DCs?
Let
to
me
both?
just double check. I think it's just to the skill in general, but let me take a double check here.
It is a bonus to
You get a
deception
+1.
performance checks,
Okay.
not DCs.
In that case, it would be 23.
All right. He only has a +9 to his roll. The nat ones are all over the place today. He's gonna nat 1 here. Similarly to how you're disgusted there, Asili, many of the people in the crowd seem very off-put by the froglets cheering him on, and Hugris is going to lose some points there because of that. All right.
He was in the lead, so that's why I went after him twice.
Yeah. Well, combined with you getting a success on him and him rolling a crit fail on his counter quip, he is almost out of the game at this point. Bringing us to his turn, though. Oh, he does not like how well Snapgabble is doing. He is going to target Snapgabble here with a performance roll. Which is absolutely a success. Snapgabble will fail his counter quip, bringing Snapgabble down in line with some of you. Asili, we're up to you.
Let's.
Turn on your friends. Hitting Snapgabble, all right.
No, Snapgabble the frog. I'm sorry. I don't know how to target.
Frog, I see. Alrighty.
You hover over him and push T.
She knows how to target. She targeted Snapgabble. She just wasn't targeting the right one.
Okay.
Targeting Hugris with nature. You've come across Hugris once or twice. You've heard stories about him, to be sure. Man's got a fear of snakes.
Your skin is so smooth. You look like a wee tadpole. Snake should eat you.
Damn.
What did I roll last time?
That's a great question. What did you roll last time? Performance. You nat 1'd.
Oh, that sounds right.
Did you take your hero point for that nat 1, by the way?
I sure did.
Okay. A 16. You do get +2 here because of your successful Recall Knowledge roll. An 18 just barely fails. Yosef, would you like to try and aid?
Sure. What skill would I be rolling, or do I get to choose?
You get to choose, effectively. Now, this is a circumstance bonus, so is there any skill you're... I don't think there's any skill you're in a master in. So
No.
I don't think you can possibly turn her roll into a success.
I'd have to nat 20, right?
Well, a crit success will just give a +2 circumstance bonus unless you're master in the skill, at which point a crit success would give a +3. So, until you guys hit level 7, the best bonus you can possibly give with aid is a +2.
Okay, there's something going on with the ones here.
Yeah, I brought the luck over from Sky King's tomb on purpose.
I don't even
Seems
think
right.
Sky King's tomb had this many in one session.
It probably was.
This is
Asili,
amazing.
unfortunately, you are going to insult yourself right out of the contest.
That was okay. This game was hard. I don't even like it.
You did your best, but when it came time to insult an actual animal, you just couldn't bring yourself to do it.
I'm sorry.
And
The snake would be lucky to eat you.
the party very quickly the audience very quickly boos you off the stage. Bringing us to Snapgabble. Snapgabble's gonna roll who they're gonna try and bring out. There's 4 people left in the contest here. They're gonna try and get Hugris out
Yeah, low hanging fruit.
with a deception check. They need a 5 or higher to succeed on the die. That's a 4. An 18
Can
versus
I-
DC 19.
Aid him.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you come off the stage, you immediately turn around and start heckling.
Yep.
Go for it.
Can I nature?
No, this would be another deception check.
Oh, yep. Okay. Take it.
Absolutely a success. That's going to turn it into a success. We're going to see if Hugris is able to retaliate and keep himself alive. He will not. The giant toad gets insulted out of the game as well. Being in the top 3, Yosef, that is 5 gold to you for your bet, as Barrel Belter will come on over and hand the 5 gold to you.
Yay,
Yep.
money.
Yosef will thank him and invite him to sit with him for the rest of the competition if he wants to.
Oh, why not? I'd be happy to help. Sit down. Who are we cheering on to win? Now that you got your money, we can cheer Sean out of the game, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
We're already fighting Lady Luck. Don't make me fight you guys too.
Bark Pine, it's up to you. It is you, Snapgabble, and Sean remaining. If you don't take out Sean, there's a good chance he's going to win, though.
I think we have to take out Sean or Snapgabble. I'm amazed I made it this far.
Well, if we get Snapgabble out, you and I can have a 1v1.
That was my plan.
1v1 me and insulting.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go for a nature recall knowledge.
Sure.
Oh, ow.
All right, absolutely. Taking a look at Snapgabble, you've actually met him a couple times during your years in the forest, and you directly recall that Snapgabble here struggles to photosynthesize as a lashing, and has an insecurity over the fact that he has to eat insects to compensate.
Ooh, that's kind of embarrassing.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
You know they have pills for that?
He's a Venus flytrap. It's just it's part of his creation. He's very insecure about it. You could
Can
absolutely
I-
incorporate that for a +2 circumstance bonus to your roll.
Can I aid?
You may, however, you will not be able to make a seal or Bark Pine's bonus any better.
Oh, okay, then never mind. No, in my heart, I'm aiding you though.
Biz. What's that I hear? Are you having trouble taking in the sunlight?
Don't you dare!
Ooh, are you getting hungry?
Don't you
Is this-
dare!
Are you getting a little hungry? Buzzy. Ooh, buzz. He sets your food hovering around your hair, buzzing like a fly.
Don't you dare bring that up!
All
That was my favorite.
war games.
Go for the check.
I know this will get me a minus because it's only intimidation, but I don't have deception or performance.
Well, their DCs are different as well, depending on which skill. Getting a +2 to that, a 21 succeeds.
Yeah.
His DC was 20 on intimidation.
Oh,
What is your performance DC, Bark? Because he is going to try and counter you.
0. He's going to counter me.
Oh no. Oh, I rolled a d12 there, not a d20. I am a fool.
There's lots of ones. Maybe he can get one.
That is a 29 on his roll. That is a
Ooh,
crit
yeah.
success. He's just going to talk over you, Bark, with some insults of his own, which is going to drop you a point. You're still in the contest.
Mm-hmm.
But, Sean, we're up to you.
All right, I'm gonna go after a Gabby here.
All right. Gabbles?
No!
Perception
I love
check
him.
against him, absolutely a success. You can see one of the flytrap mouths that makes up his left hand. You can see some old food stuck between the teeth.
Gross.
Absolutely a +2 circumstance bonus if you choose to incorporate that into your insult.
All right. Let me see. I used No, I used deception on the frog last, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go performance on Gabby here.
Sounds good.
Bad enough you don't know how to sunbathe properly, but you can't even practice hygiene for your own hand. Nobody shake his hand. He's got crap in it. All right.
A 25 there, absolutely a success. 27 with the +2, still a regular success here. He's gonna do his best to counterquip you, but with a 22, I believe he fails.
Depends on what he's using.
Performance.
Yeah, that's a failure because even without the plus,
He
it's a 23.
is down to 1 point. So, for current standings, as we get back to Snapgabble's turn, Snapgabble has 1 point remaining, Sean has 2, and Bark Pine has 1. Who is he going to go after here? Let's find out. Sean, he's going after you.
All
He's
right.
gonna do his best. If he can crit against you, then you might go out. He's gonna roll deception. What is your DC, good sir?
23.
Oh wow, okay. He needs a 19 to crit here. That is a 21. He will fail. You are still able to counterquip though if you'd like.
All right. Oh, it's not just sunbathing you're bad at. You're bad at quips too.
25 on deception there. Absolutely going to succeed against his DC 24. He is out of the game. He will walk off the stage in shame that he could not even bring you down a peg. Bark, it is between you and Sean, but you have the first go of it.
Oh yeah.
Can I aid?
Sure.
Why am I not surprised she is the one who wants to aid?
So, nature perception to study Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. That is not going to be enough to give you anything beneficial against Sean here.
Okay.
His leaves are
have any
too
fears.
tightly intertwined.
I'm
Mhm.
insufferable.
You are insufferable.
And Acelia, unfortunately, that is not going to be enough heckling to help out either.
Because, he's still on my team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all in good fun.
You know what's been fun? We've had our time. But my goddess, is your accent insufferable. I can't stand it anymore. Where's it come from? I don't know. You made it up. I'm gonna punch it out of you.
I might regret this, but I think he should get a +1 for that.
If you think,
'Cause he
if you
knows
want to, yeah,
he knows his accent is thick, so I think
absolutely.
he
What's
should
your
get +1.
intimidation DC, Sean?
It's 21.
That is a success against you. You may counterquip if you'd like. Yosef or Raphanus, would you like to assist in his counterquip?
Not Seraphinus. He doesn't like his friends fighting.
What are you counterquipping with, Sean?
You can also choose not to counterquip if you just want to take it.
Well, if I counterquip, it balances out, right?
That it has
Or
a
no?
chance. Basically, if you crit succeed, you will negate Bark's result while also causing her to lose a point. If you regular succeed, you'll reduce the number of points. If you fail, nothing happens, but if you crit fail, you'll lose an additional point.
So
A clumsy comeback
Bark Pine,
only exacerbates the mockery.
is it Bark Pine that has all the pets?
No, that's a
No.
silly.
I can't keep track of everyone's summons. Oh yeah. I
What do
thought
you
I
put?
was a prick. I thought I was a prick, but those ears can poke out anyone's eye.
Ooh.
21. What's your deception DC, Bark?
10.
Ooh. That is a crit success against you. Not only do you not lose any points, Sean, there, you manage to get a Sealy knocked out. And with that, we have a winner. I can't speak.
But yours coming. No, no.
Yosef and Zalek are just gonna stand up and just roar in approval, chanting, Sean! Sean! Like people chant Jerry.
I'm going to lift Sean up. Like, the whole congratulations thing.
So,
As I turn into a bear.
Seraphinus will find a chance to come up to Bark Pine and whisper to her, "Don't worry, I find his accent insufferable as well."
Damn.
But no, I love the ears. Don't worry about it.
Wink.
All
I
right.
don't think I have ears. I think I just have a hole.
As the cheers begin to die down, Delgrindergrim, I should specify, comes back up on stage. Well, that was an interesting one for the year. Not the most, light-hearted. But nobody wants light-hearted anyway. Everyone, give it up for your winner!
Yes!
Yay.
I will say out of character clause, we're out on that one.
Yeah. People came out swinging. And
Especially with the
I got these
the
claws.
plant.
as
the lashing.
celebration for your winning, he will go ahead and pull out a shield that looks like a bunch of sort of intertwined roots, but has a laughing face engraved on it, and he will pass it to you as your victory for winning. Keep in mind, that face there, it's going to shift to a frown if you take too much trouble with it. Maybe you'll need it to warn off the rhymes of all the flighters coming for you next year, though. And he hands you a lesser sapling shield,
Ooh,
which is
that
a
sounds cool.
wooden buckler.
Does that frown turn upside down if I heal it? Or repair it?
Yes, it does.
Yay.
But with that, the flighting contest comes to an end as people begin going their separate ways to continue with the rest of the gala. The day is yours once more to do with it what you will.
I want to take everyone out to food at the festival.
Sure.
Celebration for the fun of
Oh
it.
yes. And
Absolutely.
Zalek, he will be all for more food.
Take some time to bring everyone over to the markets, get some food, celebrate the win. Absolutely welcome to do that as people congratulate you as you pass by. And not just you, Sean, but Asili and Bark as well for your contribution to the event.
Thank you.
People are sufficiently impressed with you all.
Jericho, would there be a stall that has like grooming supplies?
Give me a
Like
perception
fur
check
and
to see if you can. Most definitely, but if you can find it is the question.
Okay, this can be public, correct?
No, blind.
Okay.
I had a question regarding the shield here. It
I've
says,
got an answer for you.
surprisingly weighting, well-balanced wooden buckler. So because
Yes.
it's a buckler, can I still wield this with my mandolin or no?
Yep, because a buckler has the freehand trait.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah, its AC bonus is only 1 instead of the 2 a regular shield gives you, but that is a trade-off for having a freehand trait.
Yeah,
You
it
also,
helps me use that third action slot as well.
Yeah.
I'm a caster.
You can raise it. You do not have the shield block general feat, though, so just note you won't be able to actually reduce damage with it. But you can
That's
always
fair.
raise
Hey,
it for the AC buff.
That means it'll never frown.
I believe you also will be able to use its unique ability if you would like.
Yeah, it turns into a tower shield, right?
Yeah. If you really want an AC bonus of 4 instead of +1. Or 2, I guess, and then you can take cover to make it 4. If you
That's awesome.
wanted to waste actions on that. Yeah, you can just turn your buckler into a tree.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what our party needs.
More
trees.
trees. Yeah.
The tree summons a tree.
Hello.
More animals, more trees. That's what this campaign's all about.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, Yosef, it is pretty easy enough to find a number of people with some just general grooming supplies around the market that you could pick up if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll approach one of the stalls and I'll ask them if they have anything that might work on Zalik. You know, point out his like spikes and his scale like protrusions.
Well, I mean, no promises it'll work, but I've got a couple things that are meant for cleaning up chitin if you wanted.
Looks at Zalik.
Are you trying to groom me?
Yes, I am, Zalik.
You better the fuck not.
Zalik, we've been over this.
He's gonna
We have
scurry around behind Seraphinus.
Oh, is it?
Tell him,
Zalik,
Seraphinus.
you know that I'm not good for hiding behind, correct?
Yosef's gonna look at the vendor. He's gonna say, "One moment, please." Then he's gonna run after Zalik, be like, "Get back here!"
You all get treated as you are going to food instead to a Benny Hill chase between a rat and his rat. Zalik does not like the idea of grooming. That honeycomb on his claws is a triumph for later.
Zalik, I'm not trying to clean your claws. I'm trying to, you know, brush what fur you have and maybe clean your chitinous armor.
Why?
Doesn't
That's what
it
the water's
itch?
for. No, it doesn't.
It never itches.
No. Does yours itch?
When it gets dirty, yeah.
Oh, well, sucks to be you. Maybe you need that grooming stuff for yourself then.
I already have grooming supplies for myself.
Well, then what's the issue?
You know, Zalik, I distinctly recall my father laughing his tail off because he caught you literally scratching behind your ear like a dog once.
I thought he was a dog.
No, Zalik's not a dog.
Okay.
That was like a wet dog.
He's not a wet dog.
Wet dog. I'll go be a wet dog.
Oh,
He's gonna
no.
make for the riverbank.
How far away does he get from me?
You can get up to 100 feet away.
Yeah. Before he
Which,
just poofs. Am I that close to the water?
He gets about 50 feet away from the water.
Okay. I'll look to the vendor and I'll say, sorry for wasting your time.
It's okay. Looks like you've got a lot on your hands already.
Yep.
Sir Raphinus,
Uh-huh.
can you give me a perception check, please?
Indeedly I can.
Since I believe you are the one most on the lookout for problems to occur. Okay. As Yosef is currently dealing with Zalik, and the rest of you are beginning to get food, take some time to just eat, relax, chat amongst yourselves. It is approaching noon. You can see a number of other people sort of setting up their own demonstrations. If they couldn't get exhibition stages, there are a couple people around just at their market tents doing it as well. So there's definitely some exhibitions you guys could watch, but you don't see any signs of any major trouble or anything brewing as of right now.
Can we use this time to make an impression on one of the NPCs?
If you'd like to spend this time talking to people, you absolutely could.
I'd like to talk to Valdalia.
Sure. You want to... Are you sticking... Are you guys going as a party, or are you working to just... are you going separate?
Yosef will
involves-
say he'll catch up because he has to deal with Zalik.
I'll come along. That's okay.
Some time away from people. This has been really stressful. All of these fucking people in my space.
Okay. So we've got Barkpine, Sean going off to find the centaurs and speak to them, Yosef dealing with Zalik's problems, Asili wandering off to find some time to herself. Sir Raphanus, what about you?
Probably. Well, probably go check on the centaurs,
Okay.
since they seem the most likely to be causing trouble.
Sure. So, as the three of you all begin to walk away, Asili and Yosef, could the two of you give me one perception check apiece, please?
Of course. Whoop, wrong thing.
You rolled a Zalik there.
Oh, my apologies.
I think it's the same modifier, but I just want to let you know. No,
it's-
you've got a +1.
Would my long snout come into play? Like my sense of smell? Or
I'd
no?
allow that to work here. Why not?
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Bark, Sean, and Seraphinus. As the three of you make your way to go find the centaurs, who were definitely avoiding the insult contest, and seem to be chatting. You see them chatting with a large group of various individuals. Asili and Yosef, the two of you, something catches your attention. You're not entirely sure why, but sort of... Yosef, it's the smell for you. It's something kind of off about the smell. Asili, it's almost this sense of something going wrong in the more animalistic sense. One of the performers, one of the merchants who is doing their own little exhibition without using one of the stages, seems to have a number of clay pots filled with vivid blossoms. And both of you kind of look over in time to see them burst open, creating beautiful little flowers, but dusting a massive area of the campground in like a pretty fine coating of yellow pollen. The crowd surrounding them begins to applaud. You get the sense something cool was just done that you guys may have missed. However, with that recall knowledge there, Asili, you see one of the other merchants nearby who has a large number of bees.
Not the bees!
Oh no.
Oh, that's
The
gonna be
amount
fun.
of pollen that just appeared, whether it's regular pollen, which it most certainly isn't, getting a quick glance at it, there's definitely some sort of magical nature to the pollen. That breeze is drawing it towards the bees. they're not going to react well to that, most likely.
And you said that there's people that have been covered in this stuff?
Oh, dozens. The two of you have but a moment to act before something probably goes horribly wrong here.
How far away is Yosef from this, you said it's like in this area?
It is in, yeah, it's sort of this market area here.
Okay, and Yosef and Zalek are like right here by the edge of the water.
I'd say you've moved back in a bit further by this time, as you all sort of reconvened before separating off in different directions. If it makes it easier for you guys.
Is it just people?
People, the ground, plants, so much.
Now, Jericho, is it safe to assume that when in this particular gala, when we say people, we can include awakened animals?
Oh, of course.
Oh.
Okay. Where are the bees on this map?
Over here. This was the person with the pollen creation. This is the druid who is using magic to stimulate the bees.
And from my sense of smell, I was able to get that the pollen is going to somehow negatively affect the bees. Whoop.
You are a rat. Pollen should mean nothing to you, but with your pretty sensitive sense of smell, it smells, for some reason, enticing to even you.
Okay. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Could I use that to wash people off?
I love Rousing Splash.
It's 2 actions for 1 creature. What sort of... Where would you like to do some splashes? There are... I know the map here only has like maybe 20 people, but there are probably 50 or 60 people in this area. I
Okay,
just didn't want to congest the map with a million tokens.
gotcha. So I can only do this one at a time.
Yeah, I'll let it be a small area, but I want to know where you are specifically washing people off.
I would wash people off that are the closest to the burst from where the pollen originated from.
Sure, so the people down here?
Yeah, the people down there. And then I would work my way up like this.
Okay, well,
So
right
basically
now, just want to know where you're starting here.
Yeah, right here.
Asili, what are you doing? I should also mention, it's only the 2 of you right now. Your other friends have started walking away.
Okay. Give me 1 more second, please.
No.
Sorry for the cutoff. My dad rebooted the router without telling me.
Oh,
Oh, joy.
Nice.
I didn't
Router
even realize
problems.
you left.
Thanks.
You're welcome. We've got bigger problems to deal with right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what did I miss? Last I left, there was a swarm of bees happening because of
Yeah,
a pollen explosion.
they're about to happen. We're waiting to see what Asili is going to do with her moment to do something.
Code 14. A swarm of bees?
Dr. Bees?
Hey, are the
Oh
bees?
no, Jericho, not.
What, Asili?
How far away are the bees?
They're over here. So their hives are a solid like 70 feet away from you.
Not the bees. Oh.
Not the bees.
At least you guys aren't made of pollen. I'm literally a flower gourd.
That sucks.
Actually, can I divert them maybe? I'm not there though.
No, you guys are probably, I'd say, 2 move actions off screen at the moment. But you also haven't necessarily noticed this yet.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing, Asili?
I'm trying to figure out how to save the bees. Can I shout?
Absolutely. What are you trying to do with your shout? Are you trying to let people know? Are you trying to converse with the bees?
Well, I forgot I can talk to bees. Oh, I want to talk to the bees.
Okay.
Tell them that if they don't hurt the animals, I will run interference so they can hurt as many people as they want.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Blind or public?
Public.
You know what? I've been saving that hero point that I've lost and gotten and lost and gotten.
Yeah, I'm not really sure it's saving. Okay. As you shout something that more than a few druids here understand, because they also speak bee, a
said what I said.
large number of bees are going to begin pouring out of the hives, swarming towards those flowers that the pollen burst from, as well as the people covered in pollen. And they're stinging everything as they go. I need everyone to roll initiative here.
Okay. Can I use nature?
Sure. And Asili, I would ask that you use diplomacy for your roll.
Was she trying to talk to the bees?
Yes.
Oh, I need.
Well, if
Okay.
people would stop running, they would stop stinging. I mean, it's their own fucking fault that they're too stupid to know how to handle
Oh my
bees.
God, Kim.
Holding still does not divert bees.
Yeah, bees are pretty vicious.
Mm-hmm.
They just go for it.
Yeah, people should
Well, if you're
just stand still.
No, they
If
should.
you're by their net, if you're by their nest, they're vicious. Otherwise, it's wasps you want to look out for.
Oh,
Unless it's
wasps are
Australian.
ass.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's Australian killer bees. They'll kill you regardless.
Well, if it's Australia, you're just 3 shades of fucked.
Yeah,
Things
yep.
move here and just start stinging the dozens of people in the crowd. Yosef, we're up to you.
Okay, was I able to get one of my splashes off?
Yeah, on some of the people down here.
Okay.
The people are beginning to panic. And there is definitely going to, with the number of people in this confined space, they're very likely going to try and, be trampling each other as they try and get out.
Damn. Okay. Shite. Well, there isn't much I can do. Let's start with the recall knowledge on the bees.
On the bees? Okay.
Yes.
They're bees. I don't know what you want from me.
Okay.
They look like this. They're bees.
Okay, and then another splash.
Okay, just on some more gala attendees.
Yeah. Now, is the splash actually effective? Is it washing the pollen off?
Looks to be.
Okay, then that will end my turn.
Sir Raphanus, you are probably about 50 feet off of the map when you begin to hear screams.
Okay. Yeah, so turn around 2 actions to stride back onto the map.
Sure. What is Stumpy's move speed?
Oh wait, no. Yeah, I only need 1 action to. Oh,
Stumpy's
right.
move
Stumpy
speed is
slow.
20.
Yeah.
So actually, commanding him to move twice would still leave you off the map slightly.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll stay in Stumpy.
Okay.
And we're not at the level where I can give him 2 actions to give him 3, right?
There's a specific feat to let you do that.
Okay. Then with my last 2 actions, can I see the bees to recall knowledge on them?
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely seem maddened by something at the moment. I mean, part of the big issue, one, yes, bees problematic. The biggest issue, though, right now, aside from the bees, is the crowd crush almost. So the bees are going to keep stinging people, and there's already a few people that look to be collapsing from the number of stings they're being hit with, but you could attempt to calm the bees, you could attempt to calm the crowd and guide them to safety. You could work to, like, attend to injuries, or tell people how to best protect themselves. There are multiple different ways. This is sort of 2 different things happening at once. It is a hazard of the crowd crush, as well as the bee swarms themselves.
Okay.
However, if you deal with the hazard, by those of you with animal empathy could theoretically calm the bees with enough good rolls, and that would completely dissolve the encounter.
I don't have animal empathy, and I think I'm too far away to handle the crowd crush hazard, right?
At the moment, you are not close enough to really help out very much.
Okay,
I'm sorry, slow Seraphinus.
No,
Slow Raphinus.
I'll probably just pass my 3rd action in that case.
Sounds good. Sean, similarly to everyone else, you're about 50 feet off the map right now. And that brings us to you.
So I guess 2 actions to get here.
Sure.
Let me just take a look at some of my stuff here. And I guess I'll do a rallying anthem. Wait, do this? No, these beasts probably go off as saves, not attack rolls. In that case, I'll just use the 3rd action to continue moving up.
All right, sounds good. Another 25 feet as you run up behind Asili and Zalek.
What the hell did you guys do?
Bark, you're about 40 feet away, or 50 feet away from right here.
It's 1 action to get 10 feet.
We love 40-foot move speed.
Mm-hmm. So that'd be 2 actions.
All right.
And then I'll use perception check to figure out what's going on.
Sure, go for it.
Although I could have actually seen it pretty well because I have the...
Yeah, you can see bees going crazy, people beginning to trample each other in an effort to flee from them.
I'm going to try a diplomacy check to calm the bees down by shouting.
Okay. Sounds good.
Calm down, stop stinging people. They're going to get angry, and then bad things will happen.
Take a chill pill.
Oh, that won't do it.
That is not going to do it, unfortunately. Over the crowd screaming, it's unlikely that the bees are able to hear you at all.
Mm-hmm.
Asili, we're up to you.
And 40. So, here.
Where are you popping a tree up?
Popping it right here next to moldy bread.
You want it next to moldy bread?
Yep, it's hard for the people to get out if they can't get out.
Hey, Kim, what?
We have someone who really hates humans in this party.
Well, apparently she hates more than humans. She hates awakened animals. She hates druids.
We made a deal with the bees.
You made a deal with the
Yeah,
bees.
you made the deal, not
And
us.
they're not upholding it. They're stinging everybody.
Even the animals?
I mean, they've
Especially
just
the
started.
animals.
They're stinging everything, though. They
Oh,
do not
okay.
appear at the moment to be reasonable.
Okay, then I want my tree back, please.
No.
Okay.
No, I'll give it back to you.
She's turned traitor. Everybody get her.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will.
I should have mentioned that attempting to talk to the bees does fall under the disable a device action. It would be 2 actions to attempt. That is my bad for not specifying that.
Some of the guys already have bee sting art.
Yes. It's fantastic.
Also, this guy looks like he got poisoned by his drink.
Do I talk to the bees?
You can certainly try.
How? Is it diplomacy?
It'd be diplomacy. There's 2 actions to attempt it. Trying to calm them down. There's too much screaming. You're just not loud enough right now. Maybe get closer. Here's the question: does anyone have weapons drawn? I imagine not, but just would like to.
We got a
confirm.
mandolin.
Yosef always has his weapons drawn because it's hand wraps.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
can
I have
go
my
south.
shield up.
Okay. Then that is going to bring us to the panic. We've got bees actively stinging people at the moment, but only one crowd is actively stinging. Ooh, there's a number of casualties already in the crowd.
No.
Like people dying?
That is what casualty means, yes.
Casualty can mean injury.
No.
Catastrophic injury.
No.
This isn't helping.
Are they mostly people?
Perhaps. The
Okay.
other bee swarm is going to also begin stinging people, because they have not seen anyone who is actually threatening them yet. So they're just stinging everything.
I see why I get the feeling this was your fault.
Also going to move over down to here, continue stinging people. Yosef, we're up to you. The bees are going after everyone.
Alright, well, act together. Zalek is going to use 2 actions to stride here.
Okay.
Yosef is going... Oh, that's Zalek's sheet, sorry. Yosef is going to cast Reinforce Eidolon on Zalek.
Sounds good.
And then Zalek himself is going to target the bees and take a bite.
Go for it. That is not targeting the bees, good sir.
I thought Didn't I target them? I hit T. Oh, okay,
There you
I
go.
didn't.
A 23 does in fact hit, though.
See, I'm not the only one who doesn't know how to target.
Well, I've been playing Pathfinder for how long now? 8 points of damage. He definitely gets a couple, but they're tiny. They're bees. Just even piercing attacks, a lot of them have the time to just sort of flit out of Zalek's mouth before it chomps down and actually ends any of them. That doesn't do a ton to them.
Swarms.
Okay. You said that fire was prohibited, correct?
It's
Bees!
frowned upon to be sure. It is effectively, it's tightly controlled. Pyres have to be heavily sanctioned, and while fire magic isn't outright banned, it will heighten the severity of any other infraction you commit. Irresponsible pyromancy will earn a very harsh reprimand at the least.
Got it.
We also did get permission to use the magic and other stuff as long as it pertains to our duties. so-
Correct. Your job is to help people right now, so if that means slinging some flame,
Got it.
I don't think too many people are going to complain.
Anyone who does, we can easily dispose of them.
That will end my turn. That's all the actions me and Zalik have.
Act together, reinforce, and then one attack. You should have one action left.
Can Zalik move up?
Yeah, Zalik strided twice,
Oh,
reinforced
two
attack.
strikes. My bad. I thought it was only one. Seraphinus, we are back to you.
Okay. Going to spend one action to command Stumpy to stride.
Sure. You should be able to move another
Uh.
30 feet from the edge of the map there, because you were 10 feet off.
Okay. And then once Seraphinus gets there, he's going to start trying to calm the people down and stop the crush. as best as
Absolutely.
he can.
Yeah, do your best to help guide them to not killing one another.
hmm
Go for it.
I'm gonna roll intimidation here just to kind of scare people into compliance.
Are you? You are expert in intimidation. Okay, I will
Yeah.
allow that then.
Well,
That is
hero
not going to
point.
do it. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, your voice definitely booms out much louder than your stature would belie, and it definitely catches the attention of some people, especially on the fringes, who are going to begin slowing down and trying their best to sort of make way for other people who are further in the crush to get out. It's not done yet, but it's definitely helping. Sean, that's going to bring us to you.
Okay. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hate myself for doing this, but I'm going to try and resolve this peacefully if I can. I'm going to move up,
Okay.
and I would like to try and cast Sleep to try and lull the bees.
Sure. So you can. So, you would know this. Swarms like this will only be affected by mental effects if you can get every member of the swarm in it. So, a spell like Sleep, you would have to get the entire enemy token in.
Alright, in that case,
So you could sleep
can do
one
that,
of
but-
them.
yeah, I'll put it on top of this guy.
Sure. You would not be able to sleep both of them, though. Let me give you that will save. That is a failure, which turns into a success because it is incapacitation. So
So that,
they're going to get a little
that gives-
sleepy, but it's not going to knock any of them out.
yeah, the point is to try and like calm the aggression a bit.
All right.
Kind of like how smoke is meant to calm them by making them gorge on honey. This
Sure.
is kind of a similar premise.
Bark, that's going to bring us to you.
All right, I am going to cast haste on myself.
Okay. Zoom.
Then I'm going to cast Untamed Shift on myself.
All right, don't forget to grab the spell effect for haste.
Oh, yep. It's 3 actions. Will be my fork action to get in close and start pissing them off, and my bird will.
All right. I believe that will bring us then to Asili. Attempting to calm the bees down, I believe.
Yes, please. Only because people are hurting them, and I don't want people to hurt them.
That's going to be enough.
Yay!
Between Seraphinus working to calm the bees, Sean using magic to calm some of them slightly as well, and your conversation with them, the large swarms of bees are going to begin to lose their fervor. Especially since Yosef has also washed a few of the people off of the pollen as well. They are going to lose interest, and while some of them sort of disperse into the wild, the vast majority of them make their way back to their hives.
Oh, good.
Okay. Jericho, Yosef is immediately gonna run. What? Oh, we're still in initiative. Never mind.
No, we're not.
Oh, Yosef's gonna run. Why can't I move him? Oh,
Are you on the
that's why.
measuring tool?
Yeah, it's my one weakness. These people they are all dead, correct?
There are a total of 6 dead people from
All
the bee
people?
stings. No.
Are there animals?
Yes.
Then can I use my heals to heal them?
They are dead.
Can I honor their spirits?
Sure.
Don't I have a thing that's that?
You can talk to their spirits if you want.
Yeah.
You can ask questions of deceased animals.
Well, what would they like me to do with their body? And I'm really sad that they died.
Eat them.
Like, if that's how they want to be honored, I don't eat meat, but I would feed them to multi-bread.
They would definitely be asked to have their body be prepared for tonight's feast as well. Since, well, their death was unfortunate. Things happen, so might as well get one last use out of me.
I have
HP.
+3 to crafting. Can I make some boots? I just don't want them to be wasted. So whatever, or can I get this stuff to the right people?
And her true motive shows.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely going to be a number of people that come around to figure out what happened. Within another, 15, 20 seconds, Inric Vanderhall and his 2 awakened trees as well would arrive to help but see that you have already taken care of the situation before they could even arrive. So... And that's not just me saying the story, them arriving too late. They would have arrived on a later round of combat. But you guys simply resolved it too quickly.
Is there anybody dying? Like, just laying on the ground, laboring, unconscious?
No. There may be a few. They would get helped pretty quickly. The important casualties is that out of the roughly 60 or 70 people that got doused in pollen, only 6 of them passed and were unable to be saved.
And the pollen guy is down here, right?
Yes. Yeah. That druid is very thrown off by what happened, and the bee druid as well. The two of them, they would have actually sort of probably gotten together and are talking to some of the other people. From what you could tell, from what you saw, probably none of this was malicious. That's just on glance. It was probably some form of accident. But who knows? Maybe it was malicious.
Yeah, can Seraphinus, on his authority as a deputy of the Wildwood Gala, investigate both the pollen and the bees?
Yeah, you guys can absolutely take some time to talk to them, take a look around. As we get to doing that, though, we are going to go ahead and take a quick break.
Okay.
Yes, to stand up, stretch, get some water, and I will see you all in a few minutes.
Well, fine, but we'll keep you in a
Alright.
cage.
What a line to start the recording back up on. Welcome back, everyone. So, as some of you move to speak with Azalea and Lido Deschamps, as the two of them will introduce themselves, 2 different druids, Lido being a human, Azalea being a gnome of whispers as the two of them are sort of talking over everything. Azalea has done her best to secure the beehives to make sure the bees do not get out anymore. But did you all wish to speak with them at all?
Yes, Yosef would like to speak to the pollen druid. What was his name again?
Leto Deshanks.
In that case, Raphanus will speak to the bee druid.
Sure. They're both they were talking to each other, so they're both right there.
Yeah.
They're not really separate right now.
Excuse me, Mr. Leto?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Yosef. I'm one of the, deputies for the gala. Could you possibly tell us, like, what was in the pollen that caused the explosion?
So, what it is, and first and foremost, I'm terribly sorry what happened, but it's something, my latest innovation, actually, and he'll pull out a few what look to be small pods and almost like bulbs. These are meant to be they activated the way they were supposed to, but were a bit more potent than I inherently meant them to be. They were you take primal energy and the energy that surrounds us, the primal sort of innate magics, and you are able to use it, induce it into ordinary bulbs like these, and it causes them to fully bloom in seconds, as opposed to the normal incubation time they would take. It's it was a creation of mine that, sort of a catalyst that I soaked a few bulbs in that helps with the injection of the primal energies to help with them blooming. But,
And y'all decided to do it next to a swarm of bees?
I didn't realize the pollen would be that addictive towards them.
Did anybody
Well,
else?
it's not entirely his fault. I've been adapting magic in my own way to stimulate my swarms of bees in order to help with honey production, but it has made them, as an offshoot, slightly more aggressive than normal. This must have just sent them over the edge. It's my fault for not preparing properly.
You're the reason Australia has killer bees.
What's Australia?
It's where you're going to go if you don't give me a reason not to send you there.
No. Sean, I believe that neither of these are guilty. Neither of these two fantabulous druids are guilty of negligence or anything of the sort.
Just a lack of common sense.
Perhaps, but let us see if perhaps somebody else is at fault for this. Would you mind, dear druids, would you tell us, have any suspicious figures been around your tents recently?
No, suspicious figures.
Any centaurs, perhaps?
It's racist.
I mean, there's... We're back! There's a number of centaurs around the gala grounds. There have been a few around here, but none that are acting suspicious in any way.
Has anybody entered or touched your bees
No?
or pollen? Nobody's touched them but you?
Correct.
How did the bees get out? Is there no container for these guys?
Well, the hives were not... I did not have them locked down because during my demonstration, I was showing my usage of an adapted form of the guidance cantrip in order to help communicate with them and sort of stimulate their honey production. So normally I keep them, as you can see right now, under a bit more lock and key, but for during the demonstration purposes, I can't well keep them locked up. I mean,
So out of
it's probably
out of
just a.
character.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to ask, out of character, was there somebody who assigned places for people, or did people just come and set up wherever?
Well, for the markets, people just come and set up wherever. Probably the bigger issue is the fact that there's only 3 real exhibition stages, and so because those are constantly full, a lot of people have taken to showing off their innovations just outside their own tents in the markets instead of actually being on the exhibition stages, which are separated to prevent problems like this from occurring. This was
So basically,
seemingly an issue more caused by the overflow of people and the event organizers not being prepared enough for that.
they did their demonstration in a place they weren't supposed to.
No one's told them they weren't supposed to do it here. It's just like, because it's not just them doing this, it's a lot of people. There's only 3 exhibition stages, which are pretty much always taken, and people want to show off their stuff, so if they can't use a stage to get a larger crowd, they're just going to do it outside their tent.
So, while it's intended that people use the stages, it's not forbidden for
No.
them to do it outside their
It is
tent.
not required. The stages are meant to be a place for people to use to show off and gather a larger crowd, but there's nothing that requires people to use them. There's not a ton of rules at the gala.
Well, perhaps
Fire
there
sanctions are
should
kind of the
be.
one big rule.
Well,
Next time, do your demonstrations at different times if you can't do it at different places.
Well,
Hold on a minute, Sean. Were you two aware of each other being in the vicinity when you did your demonstrations?
We've never met each other in our lives, so no.
No. I don't mean that. I mean, were you aware that she had bees, and were you aware that he had pollen?
No.
Okay.
No, we're not. I mean, take a look over there. There's, what, 4 other people doing demonstrations? We're not going around and, no one's going around and checking everyone else to see what they're demonstrating before they do their own demonstrations.
Not everyone's got killer bees.
My bees are normal,
They're
thank
wild
you very
creatures.
much.
You can guide them, but they're still their own creatures. So things
ju-
like that, there's a lot greater risk.
just to put our minds at ease that this was fully an accident, and would you mind if we just investigated your tent just very quickly, make sure nobody's been tampering or sabotaging?
Sure, go ahead.
You did say your pollen was stronger than you thought it should have been, right?
Yes. I have not had this sort of yield before.
Perhaps that is where we should start our investigation then, the pollen tent.
Ms. Barkpine,
Yes?
could you please ask those bees exactly what happened from their end?
I'll talk to them, yes.
I apologize to everybody. I'm starting to sound like Sean.
It's contagious.
it is.
Biz,
It's
biz,
so-
biz.
it's-
Busy, busy, biz, 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 biz.
No,
Flap,
I'll
flap,
go
flap,
with
flap, flap, flap.
me and Zalek will go with Seraphinus into Leto's pollen tent to see if we can't scrounge anything up.
Sure, give me.
Debating if I should go anywhere near the bee tent because, again, lower Goron. Goron
give me
grows.
perception or nature checks. Those of you going into Leto's tent.
I'll do nature.
I'll go in the pollen tent.
I have so many modifiers to nature now.
None of you guys find any signs of like the back being cut out, people digging under. There's no signs of any sort of sabotage. I mean, Yosef, if anything, with so many druids and other casters about, it might have simply been that there is a higher concentration of primal magic laden in the air, and that could have very well been what caused the increase in production from Leto's bulbs.
So,
basically, it all just comes down to bad timing.
That's what it seems like. It seems like it was truly just unfortunate timing and positioning, as far as you can tell.
When I go
use
into his tent, do I get the same scent as I got when I was outside of it?
I mean, you smell the pollen, that's for sure. What were you gonna say, Sean?
I was going to ask if I could use diplomacy to start kind of asking the crowd, like different people, if they saw anything
Sure.
before or during the implosion.
Absolutely.
I would like to as well, if that's okay.
All right.
Do I want to use the hero points? Yeah, sure. I'm rolling enough ones today, why not? Oh well.
Gather information should be blind. I should have specified that to you as well, Sean. My bad.
Oh,
I did
sorry.
not, though, so we'll keep that roll. Asking about... I mean, at the very least, both Leto and Azalea seem like they were telling the truth. Leto's experiment that he was trying to show off was a mixture of alchemical and magical to cause flowers to bloom extremely rapidly, and Azalea has specialized bees that she is working to stimulate honey production with using magic. Actually, not specialized bees, I'm sorry, they're just regular fucking bees.
So nobody saw anything.
Perhaps they're all in on it.
You're really looking for signs of conspiracy, aren't you?
I'm sorry.
Conspiracy!
It's a happy-go-lucky fun gala.
Mm.
Do you really... I'm not trying to give you guys big problems right now. Let the gala have its fun.
6 people just died.
And? That happens.
Their family and friends will never see them again.
Well, they will at
Same
the
will
feast
eat some of
tonight.
them.
Oh my.
People
So
dying
Raph-
is not necessarily uncommon at the gala, because accidents do happen. So, people die, it's kind of unfortunate, but...
Where's OSHA?
a non-existent.
Yeah, OSHA's a Taldoran thing.
Most of the people here, if they die, like, people are going to be sad about it, yeah. But also casualties were kept to a relative minimum, so no one's terribly upset over it. Also, all of the, like, especially locals, see that there was at least 2 outsiders amongst the casualties, and there's probably some people, at the very least, not upset that there are fewer outsiders in the forest now.
Outsiders like nobles or just...
No, just people not native to the forest.
Oh.
So, it, at least as far as any of you are able to, I'm sorry, Asila, you wish to speak to the bees, did you not?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to say Bark, I'm sorry, the two of you are just the same character. You're both playing druids, that's all that matters to me. I don't see past class when I'm looking at characters.
Wah.
Fascist.
Yep.
Yeah, if the two of
I'm
you...
gonna buzz at them to ask what happened, and
Well, I mean, we were talking to Mrs. Alia. We were working on producing some honey, like we always do, like we practice. But oh, that smell! Oh, that smell! It smelled so good. We couldn't resist. We had to go get it. We had to see what it was. We had to pick it up. We had to. Well, there were people in the way. There were people that were running into us, and we defended ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We just they had to get out of our way. We had priorities.
I see.
We're not in any trouble, are we?
No, you were acting on your instinct.
Thank goodness, yeah. What's an instinct?
It's what you do.
Cool. Alright. Well. Yeah, but no, we would just doing our thing, and then that smell. Oh, that smell.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. Never mind.
Have you smelled something like before?
No, that's why we had to get it. It was something new. It was something. I don't think you've ever seen a bee drool before. And yet here you do.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so intoxicating. Just we couldn't think of anything else. We just had to go for it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anytime. If you wouldn't mind, if you want to bring some of that pollen to us, we'd appreciate it.
Okay. I'll mention it.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else you guys wish to do here?
Send them to Australia.
Yosef's going to look down at the people who everyone considers outsiders and just kind of get a sad look on his face that their deaths won't be mourned. Then he'll leave with Zalek.
Alright. It'll taste great at the feast.
I don't know if we're eating the outsiders.
Probably not. They'll probably get buried. Also, sending people to Saracen, Galarian's effective version of Australia, is just cruel.
Yeah, because there's nothing there.
I mean, it's literally was originally a prison island, so.
Well, it's more just no one actually knows what happens there. Because anyone who leaves that place forgets what happened while they were there, and forget everything about it. So
That's all
Doppelgangers.
Paizo's excuse for not having content for it.
I know, isn't that great? We can't be bothered to write lore, so once you leave, you have your memories stripped of your time there.
Or anyone who comes out has been replaced by a doppelganger.
Also possible. It's just an Algol through Empire there.
They're slowly
Land-based,
trying to
though.
replace us. They're trying to replace us all.
That's the next campaign. All right. Well, as you guys all begin to make your way, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do here, I'll take that as a no.
Okay,
Oh.
Can we get some honey for the road?
Absolutely. And you know what? I think Leto's actually going to walk up towards Yosef and take those sort of extra 3 bulbs he had that he showed you guys. You know, I've been thinking about it, and I mean, I don't want anything like this to happen again. I don't want to be responsible for future problems, so I mean, you might not have much use of these, but I'd rather not risk anyone else getting them, so I'd rather you have them.
Me?
you and your friends, those of you acting in the best interests of the gala's attendees.
Of course.
Well, thank you. And
So, not happily.
from what we could find, it just seems like that the concentration of primal magic here is what caused your pollen bulbs to swell and become more potent than they were.
I figured it was something like that, but rather be safe than sorry.
He couldn't resist. They're
Exactly.
begging for more.
Well, I don't want to cause any problems. I don't want to risk anyone else getting hurt because of them, so... I trust you'll do something more productive with them, or at the very least get rid of them.
Yes. There does seem to be a drug problem amongst here.
But he will hand you guys 3 primal pollen bulbs, which effectively act as an inhaled poison when you plant them, to confuse fascinated slow people that inhale it. So potentially not the most useful, but maybe you'll find a use for them.
Maybe. Are they just going to be in the party stash?
They're in the party stash, yeah. But let's get away from that dour business, because it's time for another game.
Uh-oh.
It's the final event of the gala. The final main event of the gala, I should specify at least.
Wheel of Fortune.
No.
Yeah.
Who's ready for a game of Prismati?
What?
Remind me of Prismati again.
None of you know Prismati? How do you not know Prismati?
Well, I was afraid
From
to-
here.
It's only the signature sport of the Verduran Forest. I mean, granted, it's Fey in origin, so half of the chaos is that First World teams will often just change the rules every match to keep things interesting. But mortals from Andoran and Taldor have adopted the game and developed more consistent and approachable rules. You'll definitely notice a few purists of Prismati grouching about it as you guys set up. The real question is, do you wish to participate? It's a throwing and catching team game.
Sure.
Well,
I'm
you guys
better
have...
at this.
Me and Zalek will participate as a team.
All right. You guys, depends if you want to try and make use of any of your companions as well, but teams are made up of 9, so if you're going to want to participate in the event, which is happening soon, you might need to start recruiting.
Well, wait a minute,
Just
don't we have
depends
enough animal companions to make up 9?
Perhaps?
Yeah, we've got Sylvia with her hawk, so that's 2. Queek and Zalek is 4.
Stumpy!
I'm 4.
Yeah, there's
We
8.
know we know you are Seraphinus. Not now.
No, my
Yeah, we have-
mighty steed.
Yeah, we have 10 total between everybody. So
Wait,
someone
what
would need
even
to sit out.
What even is the game?
It's Prismati. It's throwing and catching. I'll bring you guys to the pitch as you guys make your way towards the amphitheater, which has been set up for a game of Prismati. We'll grab any companions people need here in a moment, but you can see the opposing team across the way. This is a relatively simple game. On your team, you will choose 1 setter, 1 thrower, and 7 catchers. At the game's beginning, each of the teams... Sorry,
Baseball.
what?
I said, oh, it's baseball.
No. No. Similar-ish. No bats or anything, just throwing. The setters of the team will begin by starting here and racing to claim up to 9 of the 14 digs. You can see them numbered around the field. That's what are used for scoring points. The teams then deploy their catchers onto these different mounds, and then the throwers take turn throwing differently colored objects to their team's catchers, who are not allowed to move off their digs. The goal is to throw each object to the catcher on the object's corresponding dig. The objects are all different colored. The setter will have different colored scarves to set at each of the different digs. So the goal is to get the objects to the right color to score maximum points. It's pretty simple. Catchers can also toss objects to one another when they've caught it, but each time an object is thrown, the number of points it will earn once it eventually reaches its spot decreases. So, do you all wish to participate?
I'm gonna suck.
There's multiple roles, and you guys also... The game will be played out over 3 stretches, scoring points in each stretch, and then total points wins. You will take turns, or in between each stretch, you can completely switch who has what job. You guys could also try and recruit if you want to try and fill some deficiencies in your team, if you don't want to use animal companions.
I want to try and recruit one of the centaurs.
The one centaur who's participating is going to be on the opposing team, because the other 2 centaurs are clans members with the opponent centaur.
Ah, gotcha. I want us to go find the giant tree lady.
I have a list of people who are actually available and do not have a team to play on at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is a game that is much more acrobatics, athletics, potentially. Games lore would be very useful if anyone has that. But acrobatics and athletics are going to be your primary skill checks.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna need someone to replace me.
Anyone who wants to, in the lead up to the game, if you guys would like to give a diplomacy check to try and gather information, so that is a blind check, to see if you can find anyone who would be willing to join your team, you're more than welcome to.
Sure, I'll make a blind diplomacy check.
Okay. Yeah, between the 4 of you, each of you find a different person who would be interested in potentially playing, who doesn't have a team yet. First and foremost is Breet Zimzim, the female Melixi, who touts herself as a very competitive Prismati player.
We
it
have
would be
pictures of
interesting
these
to-
people?
Yeah, they're right to the left of you.
So, multi-bread and...
This is Breet Zimzim.
Oh, I love
They're
her.
adorable.
Multi-bread and Tucker have 11 acrobatics and 10 athletics, and Velociraptor has 10 and 10. But I only have 3 and 7, so can I have my animals play but me sit out?
Absolutely. There's no rule that animal companions can't play. In fact, Asili, you managed to find and meet with another druid, Adrika, who is blind, and her service dog, the Zephyr, apparently loves Prismati and would love to play as well on your guys' team.
Done.
If you guys would like just a dog on your team.
Another dog.
does.
He's not awakened or anything. He's literally just a dog, and I love him. I will let you know, if he critically succeeds at a check and you loudly praise him, he'll get a bonus on his next check.
Yes!
He has a good
he's a
boy
good boy.
passive.
He's a good boy.
Who's a good boy?
Bark, you managed to also meet with a grasshopper sprite by the name of Shamdramil, who definitely specifies he cares a bit less about actually the final score of the game. He just wants to make it more chaotic for everyone involved.
Okay.
And last but not least, Sir Raphanus, you find a elf, Miralanth, who is a delegate from Keonin, actually, who has fallen in love with what she calls an adorably backwater game and wants to participate.
That's kind of offensive, but okay.
A little bit. So, You guys may set up your team as you would like. You need 9 players. You have those 4 as well. You may potentially bring. I'll grab everyone's companions and whatnot. Let's see. We've got Zalik. We've got Isabeau. We've got Moldy Bread. We've got Stumpy. We've got Tucker the Fucker. And we've got Velociraptor. You guys may set up a team as you would like.
I definitely like the bee lady to take my spot.
We want Brit Zim Zim. All right. She will definitely, she mentions she is a pretty good catcher at the very least. She could be a good setter if you guys need as well, but her best ability is going to be at catching.
Yeah, I think we all agree we want the dog, right?
Rounded.
We want Zephyr.
Yeah, I bet you he's a good catcher.
He's definitely
He's
a
a
good
very
catcher.
good catcher.
Nothing in the rules says a dog can't play the ball game.
There's literally nothing in the rules that says animals cannot play in the game.
Like, there's actually nothing in the rules.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to find. I know I have it listed here somewhere. It directly states there's nothing that says dogs can't play.
Watch
Alright.
the dog be the MVP.
He could be.
Mm-hmm.
So that looks
I'm
like
just gonna sit
7
on
on
the
the field
sidelines
right
for-
now.
I'll sit on the sidelines, prepare to shout, good boy.
Let's get the other NPCs in. I think all.
Yeah.
Well, what silly. What's the athletics and acrobatics on your animal companions like?
11 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
On which one?
All of them.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Velociraptor's 10 and 10.
Velociraptor's 11 and 10. It's Tucker who's 10 and 10.
It's Tucker
Okay.
who's 10 and 10.
Well, I'm just Stumpy is only 7 and 7, so sorry, Stumpy.
No Stumpy.
Yeah, Isabeau is 1110 and has a fly speed of 60. I don't know if speed is important.
Movement
It's
speeds
not.
don't necessarily matter. Actually,
Okay.
it gives you, if you want Isabeau as your setter, they get a circumstance bonus to their check equal to their speed divided by 5.
Mhm.
So that'd be a plus 12 circumstance bonus on Isabeau's speed. On her.
Okay, Isabeau's a setter.
Yeah.
If you guys want Isabeau.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn. Plus 12 bonus?
Yeah. I only have the
Jeez. Especially at this level?
The +8 for a starter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget which one's is the bow again.
the bird.
The giant hawk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's 7 people on the field. You need 2 more to field.
The other 2 NPCs?
You guys want Chandramil and Mirvalinth? You don't want any of Asili or her friends?
Oh, sorry. I'm a dingbat. Silly. Which of your animal companions wants to play?
Moldy wants to play because dog.
Moldy and Zephyr would get along very well.
Correct. And
doggy
Velociraptor
play
also
date.
wants to play, but he bites. So, like, it's up to you. He's probably really good, but also...
It's going to be a coin flip if he does well or not. Can Velociraptor stay in one place for a decent period of time is the question.
How fast-paced is the game?
Well, once the setting is done, the throwers take turns throwing, and it's a total of 7 objects apiece per set. The catchers are not allowed to move off of their digs.
Who are the other 2 NPCs?
There's Miralanth, the elf, who called the game Backwater, and Chandramil, the grasshopper sprite, who just wants to introduce chaos into the game.
I don't love either of those, but also I do like that the chaos guy has the ball and looks like he can throw it.
Got an 8 in acrobatics. Would I be using that to catch if I was joining?
When you guys play, no matter what action you're doing, you can use any of the skills. Acrobatics, athletics, or games lore are what's going to be continuously rolled. If you're throwing, you could also choose to make a ranged strike, which would be a dex-based roll.
All right. I'll join.
Okay, we've got Sean. We've got our team of 9. The lineup. We have Sir Raffinus himself, Sean Rosenote, Bark Pine, Yosef, Isabeau, Zalik, Moldy Bread, Zephyr, and Breet Zim Zim.
Ding, ding.
Versus
Let's
the
do this.
opposition. The reigning champions from the previous year. Starting off with the team's setter. Silverindarian.
Really? Are we allowed to use magic during this?
Potentially. In what sort of case?
So, like, could I buff with some of my bard spells, like Courageous Anthem?
There's not technically any rules against it.
Can I buff Isabeau with haste and Tailwind?
Well, those spells only
Same.
last a minute, so you can.
Tailwind I have on second rank.
Oh, Tailwind will last 8 hours.
Tailwind
Haste would
you
only
can
last
only
a
cast
minute.
on yourself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to snitch. I'm sorry.
I also use telekinetic projectile to just launch stuff if I have to throw.
There's nothing saying you can't use magic, but it's up to you.
It's banned, it's banned. I just wanted to confirm.
No, nothing that says you can't. And I will say this, the opponent team is confident enough in themselves that they will not be using any magic.
Okay.
They also have their thrower, Yirma, and the remainder of their team, their catchers, the pixie Ritzelflick. I like the glasses. The gnome Lyriolus. Only mildly upset to be here.
She looks ready to go.
The dwarf cleric Rilka Copperbraid.
Yeah.
The lizard folk ranger Zasklara. I like the pouch of books. We have the human Gildemir. The halfling Thadwick Biscotti. Anyone whose last name is Biscotti is alright in my book. And last but not least, the team's leader, Vernog Swiftmane.
Like some biscotti.
So, as we move into the first set, starting with our setters, who is going to be the setter on your guys' team?
Isabeau.
All right. Please move Isabeau right on up here.
What's the token right here? It's saying something is unharmed.
Yes, because it's the target. They gave tokens for it for some silly reason.
Oh, I suppose so. In case you're throwing to the catcher, they can just target that maybe.
Well, you guys will be going yourselves on there. Oh Lord, I have a whole ass macro that I don't understand well enough to use here. We'll find out. I see. I can choose what color scarves you guys place down on each of those spots. That's what those tokens are for. Hot dog. That's kind of cool. I was prepared to do it all manually.
Ow.
Don't injure yourself.
I do what I want.
No.
Stop it.
Get some help.
Damn it!
All right. Well, if I've got that, I can make my life a bit easier. Isabeau is handed a whole bunch of different colored scarves for this.
Mm-hmm.
There's brown, dark green, indigo, lavender, pink, red, and teal. Additionally, they are also given an additional pink and teal scarf. So Isabeau has 9 total scarves with which you can possibly place down. Not necessarily. We are going to do a roll-off to see who is going to go first between Silverindarian, and Isabeau. For this, we're just going to do a flat check to see who goes first. So if you would not mind, Silverindarian gets a 10. A 16 means Isabeau gets to go first. So, the specific action you are making use of here. Isabeau has 3 actions on their turn. It is the Prismati maneuver action that you are making use of. For each action, you attempt a acrobatics, athletics, or games lore check. The DC is 25. You gain a circumstance bonus check equal to your speed divided by 5, so a plus 12 circumstance bonus. It is a single action to place a scarf on a dig. If you fail your roll here, you do not move, but you increase your circumstance bonus on your next move by 5. If you succeed, you can move to an adjacent dig, and if you critically succeed, you can move up to 2 digs away, and alternatively, you can move to an adjacent dig and arrange a scarf as a free action on it.
Okay.
Isabeau has the first play here.
Mm-hmm.
Where would Isabeau like to move?
Yeah.
Or, well, let's go ahead and roll first. Your 28 is a success, so first action will let you move to an adjacent dig, either dig 1 or dig 2.
What the hell?
All right.
It's 23.
I should also mention real quick, all of those different colors are the different scars you have. Each object has one of those colors as well. Typically, most objects are going to be similar or the same in how difficult they are to throw, except for the teal object and the lavender object. The teal object is traditionally aerodynamic and easier to throw. The lavender object is traditionally much more awkward to throw and will be harder to throw greater distances. So, on to your second action. Would you like to try and move again? Would you like to arrange a scarf on this dig?
Arrange the teal scarf on there.
Arrange one of your 2 teal scarves. Sounds good. Oop, I put that on number 1. I meant to do that on number 2. There's my... I have a whole reset button. This is kind of neat. I don't know how they did this. You arrange a teal scarf there. You've got 1 action left.
I'll move.
All right. Another success.
I'll move to the one right here.
All right, sounds good. You may move Isabeau.
This spell is not moving.
Oh. That is because the Isabeau was below the actual space token.
Oh, yeah.
That's why. I don't actually know why those target spaces are there. I know why. It's so you guys can actually target them to roll the attack against if you want to throw. That's funky. All right, Silverindarian is going to do his maneuver attempts. His first roll is a failure.
Loser.
Honestly, Isabeau getting a plus 12 is kind of wild.
Where's the
Or
plus
plus
12
23.
coming from?
It's because it's her speed divided by 5. So,
Is it like a racial
Silverindarian...
trait?
No, that's just part of the action. The Prismati maneuver action is a DC 25 check, giving you a plus 5 or a circumstance bonus to the check equal to your speed divided by 5. Isabeau's just
Okay, so
a
it's-
hawk, so Isabeau has a massive fly speed.
Yeah. Okay, so it's game specific. Got it.
Yes. He does have an additional plus 5 on whatever the die rolls here. That is another failure. Wow, he sucks. Dice are
So
not
bad.
in my favor here.
Reigning champions, huh?
Yeah. Well, hey, same thing happened when I did the caber toss. Let's be fair. He is only going to get to move onto this space with his entire first turn. That brings us back to Isabeau.
All right.
Good thing the heckling game is over. I'd have a
Right.
field day.
Well, hey,
Yeah,
we're
she'll,
playing on my rolls here. It's kind of unfair.
she'll
Have you seen
choose
my? You
one-
saw my rolls earlier. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure it evens out.
You and I both have awful rolls.
Mhm. I've been getting awful rolls. It's just the bonus is so great.
Yeah. You can't say you're getting awful rolls when you have a plus 23.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll place one of the normal scarves.
Sure. You've got brown, dark green, indigo, lavender, pink, 2 pinks actually,
Brown.
red and teal. You want to place your brown?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Then
This
I'll
is
move.
not brown.
I'll try to move, but probably will move.
Sure. That is a crit success. You can either move 2 spaces or you can move 1 space and place a scarf as a free action.
I'll place the scarf, the indigo.
All right. Very nice. You've got 1 action left.
Mm-hmm.
Another crit success.
Place brown. Or no, I did brown.
Magenta.
Pink.
1 of your 2 pinks. All right. Sounds good.
Friggin' Isabel for the win.
Back to Silverindarian. He gets a success. Oh, I should have had him place 1 first. He will not. He's just going to move to here with his first action and then arrange a scarf. He is going to arrange one of his dark green scarves, I think. And then roll once more.
Thank you for putting the directional into different direction.
He's going to move to here and place... He's going to place his lavender one here, I think. Actually, no, that's the wrong choice. I'm a fool. He's going to place his teal one there. That's what I meant to do.
I'm colorblind, so.
Well, if you were actually playing Prismati in person, they do have ways to differentiate. The objects themselves will be etched with something for colorblind players.
Oh, this is a real game, IRL?
No, I doubt it, but they give me that little tidbit of lore.
Gotcha.
So,
I meant out of character. In character is fine.
that's fair. All right, back to Isabeau. A success. Isabeau may move.
I like how you have to get a 1 to fail.
Yeah. Kinda nutty.
I'll place the hardest one on here.
The lavender scarf sounds good. All right, 1 more move. And then back to Silverindarian. He will succeed. He is going to move here. He's actually very similar to you, going to place his lavender down. Fail with his last action. Back to you, Isabeau.
Magenta.
Okay. You mean you're red?
Clearly have to.
Red.
Clearly
Whatever.
have systematics.
I can't remember my.
You
brains.
remaining have a dark green, a pink, and a teal.
Okay.
I feel like allowing the bird here I probably should not have done, but oh well.
Here and teal.
All right. Then moving on to Silverindarian. He does have a +5 additional to the roll because he failed his last one. So a 34. He's going to move here. He's going to place a dark green one. And then with his last move, he will fail just barely.
Alright.
Back to Isabeau. $29. Easy move.
Dark green.
All right. Free hero point.
Woohoo! My first failure.
Hot dog. And you even get a benefit when you crit fail. With that. All right. Let's see. I did fail my last one, so I get a +5 here. He needs a crit success to move the 2 to even get there. So, let's see it. A regular success is going to see him move here. Followed by second action is a failure. Third action is a crit success because of the +5, so he'll move here and put down one of his reds. And Isabeau will very likely get to put the last one down. Yeah, that's a super crit.
And I'll place the last one down.
All right, placing your pink one down. So, that is the setters. You guys may return to your teams. And we're going to bring the throwers down here. So,
Who's a good little hawk girl? Who's my lady hawk?
that is going to bring us to the actual time for the catchers to set themselves up on the digs your team placed. Now, here's the funny thing. The other team can't place all of their setters. They don't have enough digs with scarves on them because you got a full 9 down. So they can only field 5 of their catchers instead of all 7.
So what do we do? Because we only have 9 people. We can't have 9 catchers, correct?
Nope. You can only field 7. There's going to be 2 digs that don't have anyone on them. You just, effectively, by placing more scarves, denied the opponents.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to throwing, can I use telekinetic projectile, but just not for damage?
It's making an attack roll, no matter what. You could use telekinetic projectile. I'm going to say no to that, actually.
Okay.
Because we're going off of the... I'm actually going to say no to magic, probably. We're going off of the Taldan rules being used for this game, not the First World Fey rules. So, magic is going to be much more prohibited in the case of this.
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
if we use the First World rules, there'd probably be so many magical shenanigans, it would just be a comedy fest.
That's
It'd
the
be like
point.
Quidditch or something.
Yeah, that is the point of this game's original creation, is the Fae who created it just like to change the rules to make it different every time. But we are playing with the effective Taldan rule set of it.
In that case, don't put me anywhere important.
So, you guys may begin to place yourselves where you would like to be on your different digs.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Where's
ahead
the hardest spot?
Isn't the lavender?
The lavender has... I mean, you guys have it close. It has the shortest throwing range, effectively.
Which one has the longest throwing range? The
The
blue one up
teal.
here?
Teal,
This
so
one?
where Moldy Bread is, and that one.
Okay. So Yosef...
Wait,
I
so
have
each of
11
the
and
colors...
10. Do you have more?
Zalik has...
These are the only
Zalik
catchers I'm
has
able to
10 and
field.
14.
So each of the colors has a throwing distance?
All of them are the same throw distance. They all have a throw range. Lavender has a shorter range. Teal has a greater throw range. Because the teal object will be more aerodynamic. The lavender object will be less so.
Okay.
Basically, the range increment is 20 feet of everything, normally. So you guys may not want to put 2 people in teal spaces because you only have 1 teal object.
I thought that was
Speaking
his
of which,
guy.
Why did I place 2 greens down? Am I stupid? I might be stupid. You guys got multiple colored scarves, but there's only 1 of each object. And your goal is to get each object as it gets thrown to its corresponding colored scarf.
I guess I might be in a bad spot.
Where would you guys like Zephyr and Breet Zim Zim? And also, who's the thrower? You guys do need one person to actually set as your thrower.
Who has the best?
Is throwing easier or harder?
It's the lowest DC, and that's where you have the chance to make a ranged strike.
Whoever has the best dexterity, I suppose.
I have a
for
dexterity of +4.
man, my dex is +3.
Moldy's 4.
My dex is +1.
Zephyr has a +4 to his throw roll. If you want the
Probably
dog
give
to
it
try and
Zephyr
throw.
in that.
No, that's
Does he have a
bad.
ranged
That is
attack?
awful.
Oh, sorry.
He gets a +4 bonus on his throw roll, coincided with whatever the range penalty is.
Okay.
Is that because
sorry.
of his speed?
No, it's literally, he's a dog. How does a dog throw things?
With his will.
He's
Is
a
what?
He's his best.
My dogs throw things.
They don't throw them well, I imagine.
No, not so much.
At the very least, not 80 feet.
No, just into the air until it falls.
Yeah. Where do you guys want Breet and Zephyr? On which spaces?
You put the pixie over here.
I think we should. Why don't we put her on the green since it's closer? And we already have somebody on a pink.
Because she's a good catcher. The closer ones, isn't it better to have the worst catchers?
Then why don't we put Seraphinus on the green?
'Cause I don't know what Seraphinus' stats are.
My acrobatic is +7.
I'll also
my
say this,
athletics
if you
is
throw
+13.
past someone on the other team towards your own people, they have a chance to intercept it.
Okay.
I'm just making this shit up as I go. I'm just trying to put it somewhere where I'm not going to be a detriment.
Alright. Then, I think what we're going to do here, as everyone has placed themselves for the first setter, we are right at the end of the right at end of session time. It's a few minutes early, as opposed to ending session in the middle of an entire round like this. I think we're going to end slightly early. I'm going to go ahead and send the actual actions to all of you between sessions so you can all read them and get an understanding of what it's like. And when we come back next session, we'll go with the game.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
From
Thank you,
there.
Mr. Jericho.
Thank
Yeah,
you all
Mr.
for playing.
Jericho.
Yeah, this was a really fun session.
You guys talked to some bees, you insulted people, and now you're going to throw shit at each other.
Somehow Barkbite managed to make second at that.
Right? Pretty
You know
impressive.
what I'm really excited about? Is that I didn't get in trouble for trying to start a riot.
Not yet, at
go
least.
riot!
Well, we're
All
getting
right.
on you
Riot!
that later.
Thank you
Yeah.
all so much for showing up. I will see you
Yeah.
all next week.
All right.
All
See
right.
you later today.